Yo. Welcome. Right, we are back in the game creation journey. So, let me get up me blog because I feel like I'm gonna need it. Um, right, pinball. Let's go all the way down. What I got? So yeah, I got the flippers. So of course in this stream, but where is my Unity? Okay, just taking its time. So yeah. At the moment, we have added. I can't actually remember what I did last stream on. I think it was this part, wasn't it? I swear it was all the camera and stuff and getting that all working. So, yeah, we're basically going to be adding to that. So I haven't really actually done that much since then, as far as I'm aware. So, I mean, the main thing that I've done is I've created these kind of stick flipper things. They're not the exact size of the sticks in game because it would just be. I don't think it would look right, but I think this is a really good size. What I've got here. And then, of course, we also just have that little stone wall there. Just, why not? You know. It's like a bit like a lever, I suppose you could think, because that's how I believe that's the crafting recipe. Lever crafting recipe. I'm not crazy, am I? It's stone and a stick. Yeah. It's cobblestone, but it's basically the same thing. So, pretty much is kind of that. It's a bit of a long shot, but you know. Yeah, the sticks are the flippers. At the moment, I'm trying to get them to work. Now, I have no idea exactly how to do this, so I may end up kind of leaving this for a bit, just because I'm really struggling, if I'm completely honest. I can't get my head around how to get these things to work. But I'm gonna keep trying for a bit. I'm gonna keep trying. I want to try and get it complete, if possible. So yeah, I think this like collider is gonna be okay. I don't really know. I'm not too happy. Like, it's a bit better for this because it only just goes into that. I don't really want to make it too long because technically it's not colliding up there. So, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I just don't quite understand. So I have that there. This is the angle that it should be going. I just don't fully understand. So of course this is the max and minimum kind of things. Now I do feel like, is that wrong? Am I crazy? Because I feel like these should be the other way around. Or am I crazy? Hold on, let me do one. Maybe I want it on one instead. So then the max is, I don't know, like 50 then? And then the minimum is, well, I guess I can do 0 then. Does that work? Does that work a bit better? Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, I just don't really understand how I actually make it work. How to make a pinball flipper in Unity. The difficult thing is, all of these decent ass tutorials are all bloody 2D, which is really annoying. Like, all of the most recent, like 2D, that's 3D, but it's from 2014. This is also 2D as far as I'm aware. I think these are literally from the same people, like a few months in between for some reason. I still don't understand. Oh, I guess that's just the different stages. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with like a random one. I feel like I think I was watching this one because this one actually used. I didn't even realize this was a thing. How did I not know there was literally a built-in control scheme thingy inside of Unity. Yo, how are you, Bailey? I literally didn't know this was a thing. Last time, what did I do it in? It was my FMP game. I literally made a whole control scheme, like, from the ground up in code. Just taking a dump. I'm so glad I'm your dump watch. I'm glad of that. But yeah, I'm, like, genuinely shocked that I didn't know that this was a thing. And all I had to do was right-click, create, and then it's down here. I can't believe it. Bruv, you don't know code? Well, apparently I do. See if this one actually worked. So I might just kind of copy whatever he does. I think. Wait, was this the one? I don't think it was. Wow, he's so quiet.
Yeah, okay, so they're working now, but as you can see, flippers. So I think this should be it.
What does he do? Hinge, use spring. So I want the spring to be true. Yes. I have nothing on spring at the moment. Update. Join spring. What is join string? Spring, not string. Oh my god, I'm dying. Okay, I'm not watching this tutorial. It's 8 years ago, and he's like quiet as hell. I think it was like a 50-minute. Wait, what? Okay, please tell me this is good. Bounce, bottom bounce, corner bounce. Never mind. I wonder if one of the 2D ones would actually be good. Alright, let's have a look. But who is this dude?
Hey, this is Jerry from Blizz Studio, and in this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and set up the flippers for our pinball again. So
Flipper
the thing that I want to
graphics.
do is I want to go ahead and add a circle that's going to be where the pin is that the flipper is going to. This thing is going to rotate around. So we're going to add a hinge joint. So let's go ahead and add a joint, and we're going to add a hinge joint 2D, and then with that hinge joint 2D, it also
Have I had my creatine?
adds a rigid body 2D component as well. So let's go ahead and just play real quick to see what happens. And you can see that my flipper is kind of rotating right around the center of that game object. And I have some graphic issues as well. So let's go ahead and just make sure we have order and layer here set appropriately. And our circle is
Sure, I don't need to worry about that.
right. So what's happening is when you add a hinge joint, it's going to add it to the center of that game object. So what I need to do is to change where this center point is on the hinge.
Yeah.
So if we go down to our hinge, you can see that we can edit the hinge. We have the upper and lower angle of the hinge, and then we need to choose to be able to use those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use limits. And then currently right now we go from 0 to 359 degrees, which is almost all the way around. But we don't want that to be all the way around. So what I'm going to have this be is an upper angle of 0 and then a lower angle of, let's say, negative 50. And so you can see the angle of that joint. Now we need to move the location of the joint. So what I'm going to do is to select the edit anchor, and I can easily just now drag this to the center point of that circle where I want this to rotate from. And then I can also, if I want to, I can modify these angles. So that looks pretty good. We can always go ahead and go
I've
modify
basically
it
done
later
that
on.
so far.
Cool. So now if I hit play, let's see what happens. So now this doesn't move because we have the limit of that to be the very, very bottom. We're allowing to angle up. So we're not rotating at all, which is perfect.
So that's what I want, right? Which I don't think happens. So alright, I'm just going to remove that. I'm going to hinge. We're just going to start from scratch. So, oh boy. The difficult thing is this is in 3D. So I know for one, this arrow has to be pointing upwards like that. So I think I have to do that. Because I know most of the time I think people say like that. But the thing is then, like, it's going to be rotating around that way, which I don't want. I want it here. Yeah? Awesome. So, can I move this then? I don't think I can I? No. I have to do it actually by hand, which I can do quite easily. So, axis. Whoops, wrong bit. Anchor, please move. I can't remember where I had it. 0.15 was it? Yep. And then 0.15 again. Possibly not. Wait, this is during the high, right? 1. Oh, never mind. I mean, maybe 0.4. Was this? Maybe I'll do that 0.4 as well, just so it's not quite on the tip. And then 0.1. Whoops. And I want it 0.1, not minus 0.1. 2. All right. 0.054. We'll go 0.4. Okay, so that should be like a nice place. What did he also do?
Perfectly fine. That's exactly what we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and
Use limits. That was it. Which then I just need to set to... Well, then if I just do max, because 0 is fine for that. And then, well, I'll just do 50 like I had before. So I believe that's literally all he did. And it worked. Let's test it. It should stay there. Nothing should happen. That's kind of crazy. What the hell did I do wrong before then? Ooh. Why doesn't it fall? I mean, either way, that's kind of cool because it, like... It doesn't let me go past. That's kind of cool. Okay.
rotate this facing down slightly so that we're more in our angle that we need this to be. Let's go ahead and go to our flipper, and I'm going to rotate that on the z-axis so that it's facing down slightly.
All right, goodbye.
That. And there we go. All right. So now that we have that flipper set up, I'm going to go ahead and on my flipper left, I want to set this up as a prefab. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and add a Playmaker FSM to this game object. That way, anytime I drop this in as a prefab, it'll already have that Playmaker FSM attached to it. So let's go ahead and add a Playmaker FSM. And what we want to do is we want to wait for input. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just use my get mouse button down. So let's wait for input, and then we're going to add get mouse button down. I'll also show a few other options here as well. So on the left mouse button, we want to send a new event of flip. So I'm going to add that transition and go over to a new state, and then in this new state, we'll just call this flip up. Now, what is it that we want to do? Well, if we go back to our flipper, we can see that the hinge joint has a motor attached to it. So we have a motor speed of 0, and then we also have a maximum motor force of 10,000. So what we're going to use
is Playmaker just Unity's version of you know, the non-code way? I swear it is. What is Playmaker Unity? Oh. Yeah, non-programmers. I mean, I don't agree with this guy at all. Like, is it not cool to learn code? Because then you could also, because like Playmaker isn't going to be a thing in every program, and C sharp, although yeah, maybe not every program uses C sharp, you can at least kind of use similar language, or you can learn it quicker. But not every program's going to have something like Playmaker with nodes. That's it. Right? I'm crazy. I don't know. I don't really know. Whatever.
Is we're going to use that motor force to actually force that flipper up.
Wait, he's put his force to. Wait, when did he do that?
A Playmaker FSM to this game. Fun. The edit anchor, and I can easily just now drag this upper angle of 0 here, center of that. That's right. Game object. So what I need to do is to go down and lower angle of the hinge.
Okay, so it's just automatically 10,000.
To be able to use. So you can see that now we are. So if we go back to our Playmaker, so we have a motor speed of 0, and then we also have a maximum motor force of 10,000. So what we're going to use is we're going to use that motor force to actually force that flipper up.
What? Okay. So the force, I think, needs to be... Check your internet and retry. What the fuck just happened to my stream? Your Twitch is not reconnecting. Twitch is tweaking. Has the internet gone down again? Alright, you know, I'm just going to set it to 1,000. We're just going to try force at 1,000. I'm going to leave stream. I'm hoping. If I go onto YouTube, does my stream show up? Alright, you know, I'm just going to set it to 1,000. We're just going to try force at 1,000. We're adding to that, so I'm really... Okay. That's fine. What happened to Twitch? Myself. Ah, it says past broadcast. Even though my Twitch should be up right now. Bam! I'm sure it's fine. Okay. So force 1,000. That is cool. Hopefully when I press play, still nothing should happen. Nothing. What's happened to my camera? Is it just because I press play? My camera's frozen. Alright. Okay. This is looking like it's working. Let me just try and fire this a minute. Okay. Collider works well. This is looking good. What's happened to my camera? You are having a laugh. And now my camera's gone. The fuck? Okay, so I just don't have a face cam. You know, I'm just going to leave it and hope it actually shows up at some point. What was I doing? Right.
So if we go back to our Playmaker FSM, once we go over to flip up, I'm going to go ahead and do a torque, add torque 2D. So we add that. It's saying, hey, you don't have a rigid body component, but this isn't the game object that we are rotating. We want to make sure we specify a game object, and we're rotating our flipper. So now that I have that, and we're going to, in our torque, we're going to go ahead and add 10,000 torque. So let's go ahead and give this a test and see how it works. So there you go. You can see that now we are flipping our flipper and of course our ball shoots up and goes once. So let's go ahead and move our flipper into place. So let's just move it down here. So hopefully we can hit our ball. Hopefully that angle comes down and hits our flipper. Let's give this a test real quick. And we shoot our ball out and boom, there we go. We are now flipping our ball. The other thing that I noticed is that my ball is rotating. Because I have this as a radial gradient and the radial gradient is offset to make it look more like a 3D-ish ball, I have to make sure that I go with my prefab of my ball. And in the prefab of the ball, in the rigid body, I want to freeze the rotation on the Z-axis. I don't want that graphic to rotate. I want it to just stay steady. So that's why I want to freeze the rotation there. I'm going to go ahead and take that flipper left and drag it into my prefab folder. And now I have it as a prefab. Now I can go ahead and just drag these out anywhere I want in my game.
And now I just don't have a face cam.
And anytime I hit the flipper left, it's going to work on those. So let's go ahead and just duplicate this real quick and give it a test to see how it works. So now my left mouse button should work on all of these. So there we go. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Okay, so the other thing that I want to do with my flipper is I want to, currently I'm getting mouse button down, but let's say we want to use a keyboard input for that. So we can do also a get key down, and let's do, what key do we want to use? So let's say our left or right arrow key. So let's do our left arrow key, left arrow, and I'm also going to do a event of flip.
Okay. Wait, was this? Right. Okay. So I need to create a script. Scripts. I don't know, flippers. I'll call it flippers for now, but I'll probably rename it at some point. Create what a behavior script. And then I'll just call this flippers as well, because why the hell not? Okay. God, it's so weird not having a camera. What is wrong with my face cam? Oh. Whoa. What is going on? Bro, I swear down this thing is like so annoying. This face cam is good, but then it's also like rubbish sometimes. Currently used by another application. Well, it's clearly not now, is it? Because my face cam ain't showing. Restart video device. Restart video device. Restart video device. Restart video device. Oh my days, bro. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Alright, so what did he do? Your version of Visual Studio is no longer supported or supported. Wait, this is 2026? The helly? Hold on, let me just do this real quick, because this is like cool. Let me close that. How do I open this? Maybe do I have to go on the website? Visual Studio. Ooh. 2026. Ooh. What's the difference though? Where's C sharp? Where is C sharp? Okay, Visual Studio setup. Yes, please. Maybe I'll do this over here, just in case. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, sure. No, I'm gonna do it. Okay. No, I'm not. I lied. Interesting, interesting. Ooh. Oh, it's already got it. Oh, 8 gig. Okay. Oh my god, look at the thingy. It looks so nice. Okay. You know what? While that is doing its thing, I'm going to continue looking at what I need to do. So, where did my tutorial go? You know what? Whatever, I don't need it. So he was adding torque. Let me go to my ChatGPT prompt. Target velocity. Target velocity. So I don't know what I need of spring. I don't think I need it. This. Target velocity. So if I do 10, what happens? I'm assuming that's going to be, it goes to 10. No? How do I use motor? Uh, 0? Where's the music? Okay. It's not even that loud. It's just obnoxious. Why is it now just up here? If I use gravity, will it fall? It does. Maybe I want to use gravity then? Use motor? What? I don't understand. What? Maybe I'll just make it 1,000 as well. Maybe 500. Let's see. Still quite choppy. I think I literally need to make it right there, because I don't like how it looks. But we're getting somewhere. I'll try 300 and I'll have a look how that looks in a bit. So, use limits. Yes, yes. Bounciness. I will think about that in a bit. So what was I doing? Yes, this. Right. If I hide these, yeah, okay. So I think that's a bit better. You know what, make I'm just gonna go with that, you know, that's not looking too bad if you ask me. Okay, let's just see how this looks. So I mean, at the moment I'm doing the use motor. I don't know if that's how it's meant to work. I don't have gravity on. So this is also using gravity, which I don't know if I want that. But it is working. Let's do 400. Maybe 500 is the sweet spot. Let me try 500 for this. I don't know what this does. Okay, I still don't know what it does. What is the point in force? I mean, is that not just what I want? Okay, I'm gonna use gravity on then. I mean, I may have just guessed and like I've now got this right and it works. So, and from a 2D thingy, by the way. Okay, so ChatGPT. I'm a bit confused with the hinge joint, but I may have made it work through by watching a 2D tutorial and working around that. So the rigid body uses gravity, so it falls after being activated, and I believe that's only setting besides setting the collision detection to continuous dynamic for the rigid body. For the rigid body. For the hinge joint. I set the what's going on? Visual Studio. Oh, is it ready? Nice. Update. I just downloaded you. How do you have an update? Oh my days. For the hinge joint, I set the anchor and axis to what I needed. Made sure. Oh my god. Okay. for the motor, I set target velocity to, was it 500? Oh, 500. And force to 1,000, and it seems to work pretty good when I enable use motor. I don't fully understand how, why, and how it works. But is there some changes I should make? Actually, before I send that, I'm gonna see if it works in game. Da-da-da! Because this is the big test, technically. So I'm gonna have to keep this up. Now, hopefully, this should just fire the ball straight out. And I was not quick enough. Alright, where is it? Here. Oh my days. Oh, it works. And then I would do that one. Okay. It's like hella janky. I don't fully like it, but I'm gonna go with it. Just because, well, I can't be asked. So, I mean, this is gonna be like a fucking easy ass game. I genuinely think, like, it's gonna be, I feel like at the moment it's really difficult to die. Because, like, yes, maybe you could fit two balls in here, but, like, you straighten them both out and they basically touch. That may be something I have to tweak a little bit. Okay, I don't think that looks too bad. It does flip the ball. So we're going to ask ChatGPT this and see what it comes back with, if anything. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Flipper rigid body, use gravity off. Why? Okay. Freeze position X and Z, maybe Y too. Thing is, it's at an angle, so I don't think that's going to work. But let's try it. Position X and Z, it said. I don't think this is going to work at all. No. Even if, like, I freeze a rotation, it just refuses to work. Oh my god. What have I done? I've broke... Oh. I broke it. Okay, I don't think I liked that. Don't use gravity. Okay. I somehow fixed it. Even though I really didn't need to. Okay. Oh, wait, it also said use interpolation. Why? Why do I use interpolation? Is this done? Yes. Visual Studio. Wait. 2020. What? Oh. Well, you definitely can't see this. Yeah, I'll do that. That's my pin to my PC. What? I just did this. Okay, pin to my PC. Maybe later. Is it going to start? Or do I have to launch? Interesting. This looks cool. Anyway. Okay, let's just try interpolation then. So I'm only adding that. So let's just see what it looks like now. Oh. God damn it, man. It did look kind of smooth though, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, there's maybe a bit of a difference. Okay, I feel like I see a bit of a difference. Okay, I no longer feel like I see a difference. Okay, wow, there's definitely a difference with that. Okay, so you can mostly tell like up here. That's where I'm looking. I think interpolation does do something. I call extrapolate. Definitely makes it worse. But like this, you can kind of just tell it's not like... It's not moving around quite as much at the hinge, which is exactly what I want. So I feel like I'm going to keep interpolation. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. Okay. Yes. Yes. 45 to 60. Well, 0 is around... Oh, okay. Use limits is true. Okay. Motor. The punch. This is how fast Unity tries to rotate the flipper. Yes, we've got that. Yeah, that seems good. Think of it as rotate the flipper at this speed until it hits the limit. Okay. Your force. This much strength. Okay. So, wait, let me try, like, 0 then. I'm assuming that just means that it can move the ball because it's 1,000 force. I'm assuming. $10? Okay, so it needs something, but I'm just going to leave it as 1,000 because that's working. Okay. Wait. Angular drag. Hold on a second. Angular drag. Oh. 1. Let me try that. Apparently then this may make this look a bit smoother. No. 5. Okay, that literally does nothing. Let's reset that. Oh, maybe it's here. Let that simmer. Okay, it literally does nothing. Okay. Okay, but it did say to remove the gravity. What I don't understand is because it doesn't go back down. Stick right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It goes up. Doesn't come back down. Why not? Brake force. Torque force. Enable collision. Mass scale. Connected mass scale. Bounciness. I have no idea. Okay. When I turn off gravity, the flipper doesn't return to my minimum limit. Also, what was the also? There was an also. What was it? Oh, yeah. I don't think I can freeze any. Oh, hello, Irons. Sorry, I didn't even, like, see you. I'm sorry. It's been less than 20 seconds. I'm sorry. I can't believe I missed you for like an entire 2 minutes. That's crazy. I've not done that recently. Of the axes, because it's placed at an angle. You're not bold. Exactly, I'm not bold. You are for thinking I'm bold. Thank you very much. How are you anyway? I downloaded Valor again. Good. That's what I like, bro. For a trust, like, I will carry. Definitely. Gravity is on. Yes. Yes. Wait, can I apply negative force? Hold on. 0. Wait. Instead of being able to become 2D, you can just use all the other good abilities. Let that simmer. Oh! Wait! I'm a genius! I just have to change when the target velocity is either 500 or minus 500. That completely depends on then if use motor is true. If I'm not using gravity, that is. I like that. What does ChatGPT... Freaking hell. Input is released. Pressed. Positive velocity. Negative velocity. What? No, it won't. So you can kind of see this like green box around it. That is the collider, which the ball will actually collide with. So you can see it actually doesn't go like completely up to these, but it should be fine. Because you'll kind of be seeing it from an angle anyway. But yeah, no, the ball shouldn't be able to it shouldn't be able to collide. By the way, I don't think you've seen actually where we've come. I've come so far. Yeah, no, that's just the object. But look. Right, you know what? We'll go from the very beginning. Loading screen. Because I literally can't remember what I've done recently. So, of course, I think you've seen the options and all. Button. Glowing button. Yes. Click it. Cool. Now, this is the table. What is there to load? There actually is things to load. I'll show you in a minute. So this piston is like the pulley back thing that shoots the ball up. So like if I press spacebar, see it slightly moves. If I hold it down a little bit more, you also see the ball start to peek over. Yeah. So let me hold down spacebar. Whack! Hits that observer, which then opens this trapdoor. Kind of sick mechanic, not gonna lie. If I hit it a little bit harder, it will go out the trapdoor. The piston hits it, and it's then into play. Why did it move the flipper? Oh my days. Okay, but yeah, look. If you want to know what there is to load... Hold on, let me do it again. Wait, how do I do it? Okay, I forgot to do it, but basically, I need to load in this one in particular, the music and sounds, because then that actually then loads in all these the sliders, which then sets the music volume. Because if these don't get loaded in, then it doesn't load the saved music amount or like sound amount. So like here we have, oh my god, you can hardly see it. But, you know, we have a music slider like that. I basically need to load this in when I start, because otherwise it doesn't save and it's just at the default max. And then when you actually show it, then it will show what it's actually at. You get me? The ball is so small. Maybe it's because the screen is too small for me. Maybe. I mean, the ball is small, yeah. I may increase the size of the ball, but at the same time, I just might not. But yeah, so I think now this has taken multiple hours here and at college. Well, I say here, I've only been here an hour, but I think I've finally got this to work. So of course I've already come across that one thing, so I can either have that as 500 or minus 500, and then that completely depends, and that will move it properly. Originally I had used gravity on, and then whenever I like use the motor and then turn it off, it just falls with gravity, which I thought was a good idea, but ChatGPT says no, so I'm going with ChatGPT. It's a little dark. Is it? The game? I suppose in game it is a bit, yeah. I get you. I think it's the glass, isn't it? But no, it's fine. I'm gonna, of course... I want to do this as well soon. Like, I want to make a whole proper scene. So at the moment, of course, it's kind of bland. It's just a pinball machine just in the middle of nowhere. But I kind of want to make a cutscene, or two, and then like you're arriving in this like, you know, arcade, and then you're like, wow, look at that machine. Or something, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'll do some more voice acting again. Because that kind of went crazy for the last game. I'm not going to lie. So I don't fully understand this, but I think this is literally what I've been doing, or what I've just said. Spring joint. Hinge joint spring feature. Tries to push the flipper forward. Wait, so what is this? 5 and 0.5 and 0. Okay, hold on. Let me do it in here. Zero point 0.5. 5. Okay. Use spring. Okay. 50. Okay, what then? I just set that to 0. I don't know about you, but I don't like that. I prefer... I think that looks more like a pinball. You get me? Yeah, okay, I think we go with that. I'm gonna start it at minus 500 and use the motor. Cool me nuts, but that should be fine. Use gravity. Off. Yes. 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 I mean, it's not yes, but whatever. Limits. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. So when I click, I set target velocity to 500, and when it's released, I set it to minus 500 again. And it stays at that until clicked again. Right? Am I crazy? No, I'm not. Oh, yes. Oh, I finally understood the hinge joint. Okay. Okay. Is this how motors are used in real life, by the way? I'm not a mechanic, so. Okay. Trust me. Watch this. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Because this is just not going to work. Okay, but it bounced off. It bounced off. Okay. That's the main thing. That's all I wanted. Okay. Flippers. Oh. No, I don't want 22. Huh? Taking a while. Okay. How do I switch to 25 or 26? What? Yes, I know. How do I use other? Huh? what, Visual Studio. Hmm. Oh my god, bro. Studio 2026. What's Wait, how do I pin? Whoops. Oh my days. Okay, hold on. Chat. Pin to start. Wait, I could just go down. V. Where is V? V. Interesting. Uh. Oh yeah, I forgot this is a thing. That's so cool. How do I... Can I just open it like now? No. Well, that sucks. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, is what version of Visual Studio do you use? Oh. Nice. Oh, you use code? Oh, okay, fair enough. I swear, like, what is the difference between them all? Because I swear they're like they're all for code, right? Like, it's called Visual Studio Code, but is Visual Studio like not meant for code? Huh? I don't really know. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Okay. Oh, really? Interesting. Very interesting. Let me add that. Oh no. I'm going to add it to my game manager. Trust me on this. Okay. So I need public game object. Do I want game object? No. I want this hinge joint. Hinge joint. What is going on? Miscellaneous files. That is crazy. Find. Quick find. Oh no. Project solution. Boom. College work. Unity. College. Pinball. That one. Save. Ooh. Now we got to open. Interesting. Public hinge joint array. So then I could do flippers. So then I can have also, why am I like not using private and then just serialize field? Why don't I do that more? I need to do that more. Okay, start. Do I do that on the start? No. I don't think I need anything on start. I'll keep it. I'll keep it for now. So what do I want to do on update? Mm, I don't know how to call to this, so I need to do the new thingy. Well, hang on a minute. Visual Studio cannot be older because I'm using a 2026 or 5. I don't know which one this is. Okay. I guess I'll just do this. Game controls. The new action. How do I rename? Can I just? Okay, I can. Flippers. Action type button or value. What's the difference? Valued hammer start and for horn. Button will action will start when the button is pressed and perform threshold. I don't know. I saw someone use value, so I'm just gonna use value. What the hell? Any? Sure, that works. Path. Keyboard. Any key? No. Like character. What the hell? What the hell? Okay. What do we want it? A. No, D. Hold on. If I go to keyboard and then do D? No. Listen. Interesting. D. Interactions. What does this do? Wow. Okay. Hold. What? What is this? Wow, this is a lot. Okay. I guess I'll just add another binding. I don't know. What does this do? Wait, what if I do that now? Interesting. Okay, this is like new shit for me. Right arrow. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. So, action, player. What is the difference between player input and player input manager? I feel like I don't want this one. I want player input. Default scheme. Auto switch. Oh. Keyboard mouse. Oh. Oh wait, I want a different. I want this. Controls. Keyboard and mouse not found. What? Add control scheme. Oh, keyboard and mouse. Keyboard. Oh my god. What is this? Mouse. Virtual mouse. What? What? Usages. Oh, what? Okay. Wow. Okay, I genuinely do not understand this, but whatever. Whoops. Delete, delete. Save. Game manager. Okay. Controls, keyboard and mouse. Auto switch, yes, but there's nothing else either. Game controls. Is that? Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go right, then left. Oh right, I haven't got anything there. No, I want to go left then right. What am I even doing? It just doesn't seem right having right then left. Okay. And then I need a input action asset. Input action asset. Okay. And what do I call that? Oh, I don't know. Controls. Okay. If controls dot, what do I want? Flippers. No. Oh boy. Action. This is an action. Dot action maps flippers. I mean, it's not throwing an error. So I'm going to assume that means whenever one of these are two, whenever those two are true, it will set the hinge joint. So flippers 1, because this is the right hand one, which is the second in the list. Dot. Oh my god. Motor target velocity. Right, motor dot target velocity equals 500. Okay, and then we do else. Whoops. Flippers 1 dot motor dot target velocity equals minus 500. I have no idea if this is going to work, but I'm just going to hope and pray. Never mind. What compiler issue? Oh, whoops. Oh. Is that not just because I need to... Nope. What? It cannot be used like a method. Oh boy. So I can't start? Is that what you're telling me? Yes. Oh, ChatGPT. How do I make this work? I'm hoping ChatGPT is going to read between the lines and be like, ah, I see what you want. This is how you do it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a list. Interesting. Wait. Oh, I called it flippers. What am I doing? Right flipper. Wait, action map flippers. Oh. Action left. Wait, why would I have the action maps as a separate thing? What a stupid thing. Okay, whatever. Wait, what? What the hell? Handle for her. Left action. Holy bro. Joint motor. If action dot is pressed. Okay. I might go because this is going to take ages and I kind of need to do something. Um, and I also do not understand what ChatGPT is saying, so I may have to go because I feel like they're just doing like a really long way. I feel like there's a way simpler way. But at the same time, I'm stupid. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Alright, kind of unfortunate that my face cam ain't working, but you know. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the stream. God, it's only 3 o'clock. I say only. I would rather like a billion more hours in the day, but I guess I can't have everything. Right. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the stream. And yeah, hope you have a good rest of your day. And goodbye. Oh wait, should I use the ending? My face cam like reappeared for a second.